Hello, everybody. This is Mike from the Hey, Are You Still There podcast. My wife Beth and I would like to invite you to join us each week as we examine life at the intersection of marriage, family, careers, and ministry. Through 28 years of ministry, 26 years of marriage, 23 years of professional careers, and 21 years of being parents to 3 kids, our fun and honest discussions promise to have something for everyone. And now, on to the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Hey, Are You Still There podcast. This is Mike.
And Beth.
And this is the day after. The day after Thanksgiving, Beth. What do you got to say for yourself? Did you eat too much?
Yes. Didn't everybody?
Well, maybe. There might be some people who didn't eat enough.
Oh, I ate too much for sure.
So how was it? How was your Thanksgiving this year?
It was very nice. We had everybody here, which was what I think was so good. So,
What's everybody? What does that mean?
well, Jacob, Maria, and Josh were all home. They're not now. It's Friday. They're already, Jacob's already left, but we had all 3 kids here and my parents and your parents. So,
Okay.
and us, of course.
The OG 9.
Yeah. So that was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
How has Thanksgiving changed from the time, let's just say, you were a kid to now?
I don't know.
Like, what's yours? Like, what's your Thanksgiving's like? It's funny. I was thinking about it. I have no recollection of any Thanksgiving in my entire life.
Well, that's why when you said this, I just paused. I mean, I remember Christmas, but I don't remember Thanksgiving.
You had a big family. I didn't have a big family. So did you have family that came over? Did you go to grandma's house?
I don't remember. That's what I'm saying. I would assume we went to grandma's house, though, because that's usually what we did. We didn't start hosting till after my grandparents died. That was when my parents started having people come. But usually we would go to the grandma's house and all the cousins and aunts and uncles and everybody came.
Okay, so it's not just me.
But
I
don't
legitimately
remember.
was
It's so
trying.
weird.
I'm going to have to ask my mom. I don't have any memory of any Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't remember
when I was a
anything
kid.
We did. I don't remember. I mean, I do. And I think, too, part of it may be, like, at least the families, we had film cameras and stuff. So even if you go back and try to look now, you probably have pictures of you as a kid from Christmas. But I don't feel like families were pulling out the cameras at Thanksgiving and stuff. Like,
Is Thanksgiving a bigger time now than it was then? Has it grown over the years?
I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know. It's just weird. As soon as you said that, I'm like, I don't remember, But
Maybe I'm not the only one with memory issues, Beth.
maybe. But we had some cool things really quick. So our church and Hope Center, we were able this year to get, did they say it, Mountain Air? I forget.
Yeah, Mountain Air Chicken.
Yeah.
Out of Siler City, North Carolina.
Yeah, they donated 95 boxes to our Hope Center so we could distribute those. And so in their boxes, I posted about it today on Facebook, but we had, they had a chicken and then they had like stuffing and canned foods and stuff like that and a note. And then we had a drive-through line so people could come pick it up. And so we had that and then some Second Harvest Food Bank food for them to get. And then a group that wanted to be anonymous, they made meals, which was, I think, a surprise for everybody, too, because we'd advertised we were going to do the chickens in the boxes. So this happened the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and we did it. We partnered with Korean Baptist Church, and they let us use their really large parking lot. Because if we'd have had to do it at the Hope Center, if people haven't seen it, we'd have gotten like 8 cars wrapped around the building, and then they'd have been out in the road. But like people were lined up probably a good 45 minutes to an hour before I started because we'd said, you could get them until we ran out. And they had a great large parking lot. So people were able to snake around and do that. But it was like this well-oiled machine. People came through, gave us like their Second Harvest food number and registered and everything. And then drove up and got their box, got their Second Harvest food, and then drove to the next place. And that's where they had the prepared meals and stuff, even with pumpkin pie and stuff at the end.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know the final numbers. When the people who made the meals came up, they said that they'd given out 218 meals. So that that was a lot. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we did that. So that was chicken, but we had our traditional. My dad always deep fries a turkey. That's his thing. He does at Thanksgiving and at Christmas. We hosted at our house. Everybody brings different side dishes. Your mom brings ham usually. So
Yeah, my mom does the ham, your dad does the turkey, and then between me and your mom and my mom, we do the sides. What do you contribute?
The activities, the entertainment. So I get gingerbread houses. I started that, I don't know how many years ago.
2.
But no, it's been more than that. We've done this probably at least 4 or 5 years, but like, I think probably at least 4 years, because the first year I bought the gingerbread houses and I did not pre-make them ahead of time, nor did I buy the pre-made kind. So we were sitting there and it takes so long for the icing to set that I remember we were getting like a good ways towards having our gingerbread houses done and they collapsed. So the next year I bought a bunch and I spent the night before Thanksgiving hot gluing together all these gingerbread houses. So that would have been probably the second year we did it. And then last year and this year I purchased pre-made. I don't know where I got them. Last year I might have got them at Sam's or somewhere, but this year I got them at Target. And so they're pre-made. So then you don't have to worry about your house collapsing and things. You just get to decorate. But one of the cool things, I need to think back, but I swear, I think both your mom and my mom, when we were decorating it, said that was the first time they'd ever decorated a gingerbread house. And so and each year I buy like all these different things to try to decorate with, like, like Christmas themed candies and things like that. And your mom had research just like I had this year. I upped my game and put golden grams on the roof and then did powdered sugar over that to make it look like snow. And your mom made a log cabin. So she did pretzels, like the long pretzel sticks. But it was funny. But
excuse me.
We were, your mom was having to bite the pretzels to make them the right length. And then with the golden grams, we were all like, we don't remember what these taste like. And we all tried them and we were like, oh my gosh, those things are sweet. I don't know who I don't remember ever eating golden grams, but anyway, apparently people do. They don't just use them for gingerbread houses, but that's something. Last year Maria did a Wicked theme house, 1/2 green, 1/2 pink. This year hers was pink. I did a non-traditional and had kind of a blue Elsa ice theme. My mom went traditional Christmas and Marietta had her log cabin. But it's just, that's fun because it's just something that
the judges ruled that my mom won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was just going to say,
you came in 4th.
I know, yeah. Mine usually looks like a child did it. And some years we talked Jacob and Josh into like doing one with us or something, but it's really come down to my mom, your mom, Maria, and me. We're the ones that do it. But sometimes you guys will come over and look at it. Yep. Threw some football and watched some football.
Yeah, watched a lot of football, and me and the boys went outside and threw some football.
Cam got a new ball that squeaks. That makes him very happy.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it squeaks anymore.
Oh, it's already lost its squeak.
Yeah.
It lasted like a day.
He's already chewed it up enough.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
He doesn't do that.
But yeah, so it was really nice. It was nice having everybody here, and it was just nice and having people as healthy as can be, I think. Because we've had like a lot of sickness for my parents, your parents. I mean, we've had a lot of, different things. So I'm glad they were all here and healthy.
Yeah, and there's people in our church that are our parents' age or younger even that are right now sick, some facing death.
In hospice care, transitioning to that.
So we went around and said what we were thankful for, and everybody was thankful that we got to spend another Thanksgiving, all of us together.
Yes.
Except my sister, the black sheep of the family.
She was at her house.
She was at her house. And my sister and her boys and her husband used to come up all the time. They live in another town. They live in Raleigh, so they're about an hour and a half away. And they used to come up every Thanksgiving. Did they stop during COVID? Maybe, I want to say.
It might have been. And they do their house now. And then
Yeah, and so they get up and they do some kind of big turkey run in Raleigh on Thanksgiving morning.
Is that the one that has the Krispy Kreme donuts?
They used to do the Krispy Kreme run. I don't know if they still do that anymore or not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they've just done kind of their own family thing in Raleigh and not come up as frequently.
So we're a little smaller group now.
Little smaller group. Yeah.
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 So, well, while you were giving out food, I was giving out comics on Saturday.
Yes.
So I did my first ever comic book show convention where I went and set up to sell comics. And it was at a church about 30 minutes away. They were doing a little comic book convention, and there's probably about 20 vendors, and it was just phenomenal. They had all these artists there and people selling comic books, and it was just set up just beautifully. I mean, it could not have been any better. They had silent auctions. They had raffles. They had food. They had everything you wanted except for customers.
That's not good.
Yeah, not a whole lot of customers came through, unfortunately.
We've had some events like that in the past, and you can never predict. And it's really unfortunate because we used to do these things. One of our ladies would set up, like, vendors would rent space, and it was kind of like a craft mart thing. And I think it was usually before Christmas.
A bazaar is what they would call it in the church world, a fall bazaar.
A ton of people, and sometimes you wouldn't have many at all. And so it's so disappointing if you don't have people. I always feel bad for the vendors and the person that, by the way, the ball just squeaked.
The ball did just squeak. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
It has a little bit of life in it.
It's still got some squeak left in it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So last week you missed the pod.
Yes.
You were busy or something. I don't know what you were doing, but you were not around. And so I had to do the podcast by myself. And when you let me do it by myself, I do whatever I want.
I know, and it's really scary.
I don't bow down to your restraints that you put on me. A lot of these podcasts are heavily censored.
Yes.
We don't edit these podcasts, so what you get is 100% real. But Beth tells me there's things that are off limits.
Yes.
And sometimes I'll say, hey, and 90% of the time, I don't tell Beth at all what we're going to talk about. I just, because I want this to be natural. I want it to be spontaneous.
Yes.
But sometimes if I think you may have a problem with it, I'll say, hey, I'm thinking about talking about this. What do you think? And I think 100% of the times you say no. So I feel like if I'm going to ask you, you're going to say no.
So you just ask forgiveness, not permission.
Well, I mean, there's been times I've started to talk about things. And if we were on video, you would see Beth waving her hands like she was landing a plane. Like, no, stop. And I'll just have to kind of like trail off and change the subject very awkwardly. But since you weren't here, I said, I'm going to do what I've been saying I wanted to do for a long time, and that's talk conspiracies.
Conspiracies, yes.
And that podcast blew up. There was all these comments, all these people loved it.
Yeah.
You were so afraid that I was going to offend every single person on the planet, that we were going to get canceled. I don't even think canceling is still a thing, but you were so convinced we were going to get canceled based on the conspiracies that I was just sharing with the world.
You weren't necessarily saying you believe them.
So what I did was, you haven't listened to it, right?
No.
God, I swear. You're the worst.
I know.
And your mama. She didn't listen to it either.
I've never listened to one of our podcasts.
You weren't even, but you say it's because you don't want to hear yourself.
Yeah.
You weren't even on this podcast. It was just me.
I'm just afraid now of what you say and what you said. So,
Well, I went over 6.
Ignorant to not know.
I had 6 conspiracies that I went over. And what I did was I threw out the conspiracy and I had a 4-point scale. Either no, possibly, probably, or yes. That was it.
Yeah.
And so there was a gauge. And so, that's kind of where I left it. And so what happened was a lot of people commented, put up a poll online and said, hey, and I messed up. The default on the polling on Facebook allows you just to vote for one. But you can change it to where they can vote for multiple. And I should have done that because people voted for one and then several people commented, I wish I could have voted for more. So, and then they would chime in and say which ones they believed. And so, I'm going to quiz you. I'm going to see what you would have said. Okay. No, possibly, probably, or yes.
Okay.
All right. The Kennedy assassination. That was the first one I talked about. Did it happen the way that they said it did?
The way that the historical accounts were talking.
That Lee Harvey acted alone. He did the
No,
shooting.
it didn't happen that way. And I've read a lot of actual books on that. Ooh, there's also a really good Stephen King book about time travel related to that. It's very fun to read. But anyway, no, I just think once you've read it all, it just seems like that there was something else going on.
Okay.
And I don't know what, but who knows what, but there's something that I think the government was covering
All right,
up.
so see, there's a conspiracy that you believe.
But is that
with a
even a
yes.
conspiracy anymore? Does it
Oh,
who
yes.
believes that it happened exactly the way
If
that
they're
it is?
still teaching it, that Lee Harvey did it in school, then it's a conspiracy to say
I'm
you
sure
don't.
he was there, but I'm not saying, but I'm not saying it
I
was
think
him.
he was not even. He was a patsy.
Oh,
He didn't even.
but I'm saying, but like what I'm saying is, I don't know all the details of what happened. I'm just saying he wouldn't have done that alone, and so yeah.
Okay.
But the government is not going to come out and be like, oh, well, we've been lying to you all this time. The main reason that I think that sometimes you can't trust the government is because there's been all those. Like these experiments the CIA did, like with LSD on people, or the way they used even universities.
MK Ultra.
But yeah,
I should talk about that one day.
Well, but that's not a conspiracy. Like there's real books and,
Yeah, but
and
I think-
stories about where the government.
But the government, if they're hiding something, that's where the conspiracy comes in.
But they didn't get appropriate consent from people and things like that, and when they
All right.
tested them for that.
Next
stuff. Yeah.
conspiracy: moon landing. Did we land on the moon the way that it was portrayed on television way back in the 60s?
I don't know, and I think that's an interesting one because we had this discussion in our family.
No,
No,
possibly,
I can't, but I just
probably,
wanted
or
to know,
yes.
Like, because Maria has an interesting theory. Maria believes we might have even landed that day or whatever, but she still thinks, but as a film student, just based on the way the stuff looked, that maybe it was staged because maybe we didn't have the technology to send back the actual images. So maybe we actually landed. That's why I'm saying this one's hard to say, because I could see where you've landed, and the government wants everyone to have this, to be excited and invested in it. And so they set up some fake images or something, but it's truly, it happened. But so I don't know. How do you answer that? Because,
No.
okay.
Did it happen the way that it was portrayed on television?
Okay.
Yes or no?
I don't
Possibly, probably.
possibly.
Okay. Aliens. Do aliens exist? Are there extraterrestrials in the universe? Is there other living beings besides us on this planet?
Yes, and here's what I want to clarify. Now. I don't necessarily mean that they're higher life forms that
They could
are
all be
smarter.
idiots.
Well, no, that wasn't what I meant. What I was going I think you could have different types of cellular life or somewhere in the universe. You know, I'm not saying that they're people or like when we
We say like
little
amoebas? That don't count. No, I'm
That's
talking about,
life. That's
I'm
life
talking about,
on
no,
another-
people don't think about that. When they talk about aliens, they're talking about creatures that can walk, that have arms, that can think. Ain't nobody talking about no bacteria living
Well,
out there
I'm
on,
just saying,
on Jupiter.
But when you say, is there life somewhere in the universe?
I
I'm saying,
said aliens,
yes.
extraterrestrials.
Okay, well, that'd still be an extraterrestrial virus or what have you. But
Forget it.
anyway.
You are the most non-fun wet blanket on conspiracy theories.
I think that there are aliens because I just think the universe is vast. And I think, we haven't even been able to get outside of like our solar system and look how far that is. And so imagine there's so many other universes out there. I think that there could definitely be aliens.
Okay.
As you roll your eyes, I wish people could see that.
9/11. Did that happen the way it was portrayed to us on television? Yes,
I have no idea. I think
probably, possibly, or no.
I think it probably happened the way it was portrayed. Yes.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not going to get into a debate about it.
No, I don't
I'm
want to
like,
debate. I
You
can't.
just want to laugh at me.
Oh, my gosh,
And
you
all the listeners that are
Poor,
on your side.
naive woman.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Maybe you're part of MK Ultra.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I've got some
Maybe they
interesting-
brainwashed
Wait,
you.
But I've got some interesting theories on like what could have happened and not just like quantum physics and time travel and stuff but like that relates to like the Mandela effect and stuff, like why people think you misremember things. Like, because we talked about that. You and I didn't talk about that, but we were talking.
Save it for the next pod.
Okay, sorry. Anyway.
Because there will be another conspiracy pod.
Oh, great. Okay.
You don't have to be on it. I'm not even planning on you to be on it.
Okay.
Unless you really want to be on it. But you can't come in here and give me these yo-yo answers like, I don't know, man, I think I gotta, or believing 9/11.
Okay, sorry that I believe some reality.
That a plane can hit a building, the building can burn and crush.
One of yours
and
that is
they
be absolutely ridiculous.
Find a passport laying on the ground.
Okay.
All right. The other one I'll get to, weather modifications. Seed clouding, cloud seeding, chemtrails, things that alter the atmosphere. Yes or no?
Well, I used to think that wasn't a thing until what was it, Florida or somebody outlawed it? And I'm like, well, I guess maybe it is,
And we had lunch with the friends of ours that were up from Texas.
Yes.
There's been flooding in Texas. As we all know, they had that big flood where a lot of kids lost their lives at that camp.
Yeah.
They said it rains like it's never rained like this before. During the government shutdown, it did not rain one time. They saw no planes flying overhead doing any kind of that chemtrails or cloud seeding. What does that tell you?
But that's where the conspiracy gets crazy to me. What I'm saying I could believe is, just like anything else, we try to cure disease. We try to change our environment, or for example, crops. We'll try to introduce certain things that will kill insects so those insects won't kill our crops. And then sometimes things go wrong. So for me, what it would make sense, it would stand to reason. Scientifically, we try to change so many things in our world. Well, why wouldn't we try to change the weather? I mean, that's the one big thing people can't change.
But here's what they do. They're changing the weather, and then when the weather does stuff they don't want it to do, then they blame it on stuff like climate change. And they say, you know what? It's because you're using too much hairspray. That's why it's raining in Texas. And no, it's because they're putting stuff in the clouds in Texas.
But see, I guess that's but what I'm saying, I don't know about. I do think there's climate change too, because you can see the polar ice caps melting and the changes in sea levels. But so regardless of climate change, that's irrelevant.
It hasn't melted the ice wall.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so what I was trying to say is I could see us trying to do things like to end droughts in certain places or to do different things. And then because you can't control the weather, just because you know what it's like, kudzu. They brought over there's kudzu all over the Southeast, that's a thing. I remember one time we went on a work camp and this girl that was from Michigan was like, oh, there's this beautiful plant. What do they call it? Kudzu. And we were just like, it is not a beautiful plant. But they brought that to be ground covering or what have you. And then it ended up taking over. Or there's certain, insects, like I said, that they'll bring in to control another insect, and then they become invasive or take over.
That's why they should just let it be as God wanted it to be.
But then there's levels of that too, because people could say, but then you wouldn't have some of the crops and stuff. We wouldn't have all the food we have necessarily if people didn't do things to keep pests away.
Genetically engineered food.
I'm not talking about genetically engineered food. I'm talking about if we have a garden out there, if you wanted to try to do a garden.
Yeah.
You're probably going to put some fertilizer on the ground.
I'm going all natural, baby.
Oh, please. Well, then you're not. So you're just, okay, if you do as nature intended, you wouldn't even be planting anything to begin with. You just let the yard naturally grow up.
No, if you want a garden, you got to plant seeds.
Okay, but aren't you going to try to stop the rabbits or anything from getting there and eating it? Or you're not going to try to stop, if we get some type of aphid or something that is hurting our plants.
A what?
An aphid that's
What the heck is an aphid?
Okay, anyway.
What is it? Honestly, I don't know what an aphid is.
We'll come back to that in a minute. But listen, if we are going to...
I don't think you know.
If we get something like that there, anything that's killing our plants, you're not going to try to put something on it to... Okay, even my house plants, fungus gnats, okay? These little, if you overwater, sometimes you'll get these fungus gnats. So I get those little yellow sticky.
You know what that tells me? Those plants weren't designed to be indoors.
That is not at all. It just means I overwatered it once or twice, and then the gnats were in the soil and they developed. They are a pest. They don't hurt necessarily the plant. But what I'm saying is you don't want a ton of like these gnats in there. So you try to get rid of them by doing, and I tried some natural things like I think it was hydrogen peroxide and stuff like that. But still, that's not letting it go like, as you would say, without doing anything. You're still.
I'm going to create a compost pile.
Oh,
and
boy.
that's what I'm going to use to help fertilize the soil.
And these worms, Josh and I saw at Bugfest one time, like you buy a bunch of them and you put them in compost to help, but I can't remember what kind they are. I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm not putting any insecticides, pesticides.
No, these are natural.
I'm not doing any. No, I'm just telling you, I'm not going to do anything. If God wants me to have a garden, I'll have a garden.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something. Then he don't need me to go in there and play God, like our government tries to do.
Okay, whatever. Anyway.
And then the last one was flat Earth.
Yes.
Where do you land?
That is the
no,
most ridiculous.
possibly, probably, or yes.
Absolutely no. That is the dumbest.
You don't
theory
think there's 1%?
No.
You don't even think there's 1%?
No. No, because of things like, I don't know.
Like what?
Gravity and the stars and the rotation of the earth. Like when you look, I mean, there's just too many things in
The earth can still rotate if it's flat.
It's also just stupid that y'all would be like, oh, you're going to come up against an ice wall or something, or we may roll off the edge of the earth. That is the dumbest theory. I just can't even entertain it.
I threw out an idea to Ross this past week. He was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's say it's a rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody keeps saying flat earth. So everybody assumes that means it's like just perfectly flat, like a sheet of glass.
Yeah.
No, there's still contours and mountains and valleys. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
What if on the flip side, there's also mountains and valleys and things? And what if there's a whole nother culture, a whole nother planet living on the other side of flat earth?
Okay, there's a show and it's called, what is it? Oh, in the 80s, you know, like Stranger Things. You're talking about, they have the upside and then they've got the upside down.
This ain't people living, that's what Ross said. People said, is there up, down, and down? No, it still feels real to them. They're still walking around like normal.
Well, that would be, okay, that would be a fun, like, book to write. Just like there was this book, Flat Stanley, about this guy that was flat. He didn't understand
that
dimensions.
Don't even it.
I know, but I'm just saying. But your theory, that's not like.
I'm just saying it's possible.
Like, let's have imagination. Well, unicorns, I guess, could be.
Gravity is imagination.
No.
Gravity is a theory that no one can really prove.
Supported by math and like things falling.
Supported by math that man just made up.
Oh gosh, you're killing me. I can't do this. I can't. Like, this is stressing me out.
Listen, my people tuned in and loved that podcast. So much so that they have given me 6 more conspiracies they want my feedback on.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm going to go through these 6 conspiracies on the next pop-up podcast. I may do it next week. I know I'm going to do it when you're not around because I don't need you to
tell you how ridiculous it is and be a wet blanket.
But I'll go ahead and give you the 6, okay? So this is a teaser, all right? Oil.
I know where you're going with this one. I heard you listen to that.
I'm telling you. I think I won't even give it. There's a theory that oil does not come from fossils, like it's not fossil fuel. That oil is actually like the blood of the earth, and it's actually endless. That there's veins running through the earth, and it's oil that is running through these veins.
This theory from a stand-up comedian, so that's definitely a verified source.
Listen, Dusty was the first one to mention it. I started doing research, and I'm like, he's all over it. He wasn't making a joke out of it. He was saying, this is something I've run across, and I started looking. It is like a legit idea. But we'll talk about it.
Eyes dramatically, rolling my eyes.
All right, cryptids. We're going to talk about that.
Now, I can get behind some cryptids.
All right, here's what's ridiculous. You can get behind cryptids. Bigfoot, Loch Ness.
Loch Ness, yeah.
Creatures that have never been caught or seen on this planet. You can get behind that, but you can't get behind something else that you've never seen.
Because there's because like Nessie, for example, could be like a dinosaur species that we assumed went extinct, but that didn't. And that's scientifically backed because they're creatures all the time. Josh and I talk about this. There are people who go out and try to find either way endangered or extinct creatures. And you will see in science, they will have articles sometimes about
Bigfoot. Does Bigfoot exist? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeti.
Yeah.
Does the Yeti exist?
Well,
Yes or no?
I think Yeti and Bigfoot are all similar. I think all cultures have that kind of mythology. I don't know which one, but
mythology.
Okay, but I'm saying, but
Chupacabra. Does it exist or not?
I don't know about every.
The Mothman. Does the Mothman exist or not?
Let me finish.
Anyway, I'm going to be.
All I was going to say about the cryptids is that so you could have something that people thought was extinct, and just like some animal, like there was a frog they found in like some jungle, and everybody assumed it was extinct, and it wasn't. So who's to say Nessie hasn't been living there, and we thought she was extinct? Or you go to the deep, deep, deep bottom of the ocean, and like there's all sorts of weird stuff that lives down there that we can't get.
I'm talking
access
Bigfoot.
To. Okay, I'm talking Nessie. I think Nessie's the most likely of all of them.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about cryptids.
Okay.
I'm also going to talk about this, I think it's called 3L Atlas, this giant meteor, which is probably a spaceship that is heading toward Earth.
You told me December 17th, right, is when it's going to be here.
That's when they thought it was going to be, but now it's taking some strange trajectories, and so we'll see.
So
but anyway, I'll talk about that.
That now it's moved, and now it's not going to come
It's moving
here.
in a way that meteorites don't move, which lends even more proof that it could be an alien spaceship.
Who's saying this? Armchair scientist, or have you seen someone that's like a true
Harvard
person?
scientist?
There's one Harvard. I've read about it.
A Harvard scientist believes this.
You have to be careful when you read about him and what he said.
Is he a Harvard scientist? Yes or no?
Is,
there you go.
But he okay.
All right. These two will probably be the most controversial. Charlie Kirk.
Oh gosh.
I'm going to talk about the Charlie Kirk assassination because I have inside information from the FBI that I am going to break on my podcast.
Yes.
True or false? Do I or don't I?
Yes.
I have a friend that's in the FBI.
That should be interesting.
And I asked him about the Charlie Kirk, and he gave me his opinion as an FBI agent.
Okay.
And I will disclose that on the podcast, what he believes.
Just as an aside.
What the FBI believes.
I am a lawyer, and sometimes I give my opinion based on things as a lawyer. That doesn't mean that my opinion is 100% accurate.
I think he was speaking on behalf of the FBI.
Okay, here we go. Anyway, I'm just saying everybody's got an opinion.
The next controversial one, the pandemic.
Oh, gosh.
The pandemic.
These are just going to be...
Somebody, I had several people actually request that I talk about that. They called it the plandemic.
Because you're going to get to the root of what no one else can. You're going to figure that out.
I'm just throwing out things. And then the last, number six conspiracy, and this might be the most controversial. Jimi Hendrix is really Morgan Freeman.
Oh my gosh. I can't even.
There is significant proof that Jimi Hendrix faked his death and came back as Morgan Freeman, the actor.
Okay. I cannot even understand why or how this is just, I just can't. Like, I'm glad that, and I will never listen to that episode. So I'm just telling you.
Oh, well, you hadn't listened to the last 67 episodes.
I know,
what do I care?
I'm just saying, but I might listen to the other 67, but I will never listen to that. This just sounds ridiculous.
What podcast would you do? If I said, Beth, here, you have the podcast for a week. Here's an hour. What would you talk about for an hour?
Some interesting insights, like from maybe some good cases that I've read about or taught about in my class.
Then why don't you?
Investigations or something.
Then do it.
Oh, no, because obviously the people want this nonsense. So
These are my people.
Yes.
Actually, in your people. Your person, a friend of yours, messaged you and said, I loved that podcast. She said...
Can I clarify what she said?
She could not get enough of it.
She also said that she laughed so hard that her side hurt or something because they kept getting more and more ridiculous. So that I think, can't tell if that's your stand-up comedy routine you're working on and it's going to all focus on these conspiracies, or if you're serious. So this was not like she was like, oh my gosh, this is such a compliment. I am really,
Maybe
really,
she was laughing at our government. Maybe she was laughing at people like you who believe it. And she's like, finally, somebody is exposing the truth.
no.
She
That is
said,
not a-
read the very first line. Tell Mike what? Give Mike what?
Hold it. Let me find it because I was not prepared to to tell you.
You don't want to tell me.
No, it was just so.
You don't want to. You don't even want to.
ridiculous.
Listen, I'll tell you what she said.
Okay, just a screenshot. I didn't send it to you. Where
She said, and I quote, please tell Michael, thank you so much for that podcast. She said, thank you. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you because you gave her some comic relief.
You can't even find it, Beth.
during
You don't
her
even have
day.
it.
No, I was searching for it, and for whatever reason, it wasn't pulling.
Oh,
Here it
that's
is. I got it.
convenient.
I got
That's
it.
convenient.
I got it. So she said, please give Mike a big thank you.
There you
It's
go.
been a
There you
while.
go. There you go.
It's been a while since I've had such a good laugh. And then I was like, I told him he's lost his mind. She said, at times I was belly hurt, crying, laughing. And I was like, which parts? I think he's crazy. I haven't listened yet, but he told me about it and I rolled my eyes a lot. She said the flat earth part was simply insane to even mention. And she said some parts regarding 9/11, the jet streams, pretty much all of it except the aliens. With every theory, it kept getting more and more ridiculous. Just typing this is making me laugh.
There you go. I have fans that want to hear. I'm changing young minds.
What? You're not changing her mind. She thinks
You
you're
don't
an
know
idiot.
that. She never said that it didn't.
She's sitting there like, you are a moron.
She didn't
Like,
say that. And she never said I didn't make her think.
because she's too nice to
She's
message me
a
and
bright
say-
woman. I mean,
She's
I'm
not
sure
gonna
I
message me and
challenged
say,
her.
Your husband's an idiot. She's not going to say that.
I feel like I probably challenged her in ways intellectually. She hasn't been challenged in years.
Since college.
Yes, at
Mhm.
least.
You're just making her think outside the box.
And I like to think that I opened her mind to new things.
I'm sure you
And
did.
I think she can't wait till my next conspiracy episode.
When she needs a good laugh, yes. Or when you're working on material for your stand-up routine,
Well.
maybe. Yeah.
Well, you know it's not a conspiracy?
What?
Empty toilet rolls, papers in the
All right,
bathroom.
this makes me furious. Okay, and I don't know how long this is going to go on. and
Forever
why.
until something happens.
Okay, no. In my defense, I went in one day to go to the bathroom, and the toilet roll was empty. And there's a little shelf on the back of the toilet, and I make sure there's always rolls of toilet paper back there.
True.
All you have to do is it's not even an arm's length away. I mean, anybody, even a child with short arms, can reach the toilet roll and put it on. So I went and it was empty. So all I did was say, what, are you not able to change the toilet paper? Am I the only one that's capable of doing this?
All I did was very passive aggressively accuse you of not putting toilet paper on the roll.
Oh, it wasn't passive. I was clearly asking a question. Like, is this something your arms won't move that way? Like you had seized up and had arthritis and couldn't physically put it on? Were you incapable of seeing it? Like you're so not observant that you're like, oh, gee, there's no toilet paper there. Did you need to go to consult the patent for the toilet paper roll to determine how you pull out that little rod and put the roll on? I wasn't clear if this was a physical problem, if this was a not being observant problem, if this was some sort of mental block, like you didn't know how.
So this is why I got so petty and angry about this. Internally angry. I didn't scream and yell at you. We've been married for how long, Beth? Let's just pop quiz it. I don't think you can get it right. How long?
Count in my head.
We have been married 27 and a half years.
Yeah, I was going to say 28.
Yes, 27 and a half years.
Yeah.
I have been nothing short of perfect when it comes to taking care of you and the bathroom that we share.
Yes.
I keep the toilet seat down.
Yes.
I've kept the toilet rolls refreshed.
Yes.
I keep my side of the sink spotless.
Yes.
Your side looks like a sophomore boy in college that's never cleaned a bathroom before. That's what yours looks like.
Okay.
Everything that I do is perfect in a bathroom for you.
Okay.
But there's no toilet paper roll there. And you jumped all over me. Instead of maybe assuming, maybe our son, maybe our daughter.
No one else ever goes in.
Josh does that occasionally. He will go in there.
And he always asks. And so I would have known.
And you know what? There's also there's two possibilities of something that happened.
Oh, I bet you're going to say there's like one sheet left.
No,
you thought
the possibility one is that one of our kids went in there and used our bathroom.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
Okay. Possibility two, and this is probable, you did it.
No, I did not do it.
Because I could see you in there. You are so ADHD. I could see you in there sitting on the toilet, talking on the phone. You just get up, walk out, and you leave the toilet roll there empty. And then you come back and you're like, Mike, why is it empty? I'm like, I don't know. I heard you talking in there. I thought you were on the phone in the bathroom.
That is not at all what it was.
That,
in the morning,
what I'm saying is, that
up.
is more likely than me doing it. Okay. Someone that has a perfect record in 27 and a half years. So,
do you know what else is possible? It's possible, according to conspiracy theories, that an alien cryptid came in, like Bigfoot, and used it. That's possible by your theories and by what you just did with all of this.
Beth, I don't believe in cryptids, so no, that wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
All right.
So you believe the earth could be flat, but you don't believe in like Nessie or Bigfoot?
I'm going to talk about that on my next podcast.
Okay, this is even dumber than
I swear. I'm going to...
Oh, God.
Once I finish these 12... I mean, the other 6, so I have 12.
Retiring?
No, I'm ranking them as far as most likely to least likely.
Okay.
And flat Earth may be above cryptids.
Okay.
For most likely. Okay. But anyhow, so what I've done, and this shows the pettiness of our marriage, I said, fine. In my head, I was like, fine. If she thinks this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do every time the roll goes empty for the rest of our marriage. So the other day you went in there and you're like, Michael! And it was like, it was empty and you yelled at me. And I was like, all right, whatever. You went in there today and what was it?
Empty.
And you yelled at me again. You said, how long is this going to go on?
Well, how long are you going to be petty and ridiculous? Because of something you originally did.
First of all, I didn't do it.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep leaving it empty until you do something.
What?
I'm not going to tell you. You've got to figure that out.
I bet you want me to say I'm sorry and admit that or say,
yes.
You want me to say I'm sorry.
Yes.
You want me to say like, that it wasn't you.
Yes.
That's what you want. Then you know what's going to happen? I'm just going to start I'm getting all the toilet paper out of the bathroom.
All right.
I'm going to start carrying my own toilet paper. And, I'm the one that buys the toilet paper and orders it and stuff. So you'll have to buy your own toilet paper.
Heaven forbid, the person, me, who does all the grocery shopping can't go down the toilet paper aisle and pick up our roll.
I'm just saying.
If we go on domestic holdouts, you will starve to death.
The other thing I could do is I could just start using Joshua's bathroom all the time.
Go ahead.
Use that one.
Go ahead.
But,
please do.
No, but I
then I know that I'll always have toilet paper.
Okay, first of all, I will never apologize and say that I will
then
never.
I will never put on another roll again.
Okay, well then you know what? Again, I'm just going to this is going to be the new me. Like, just like you're in another country where you have to carry, like some countries, they don't have toilet paper in public restrooms and you've got to carry around some in your pocket. I'm just going to keep toilet paper with me at all times so that I'm always ready in the event, but I'm going to stop keeping it stacked on the back of the toilet.
You realize you use toilet paper 10 times a day and I use it once.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but still, I don't care. I would rather do that.
I'll use it at church. And I will never use it here again.
Well, then we all win, don't we?
Yeah.
Everybody wins that way.
And then when you have an empty toilet roll, who are you gonna blame?
I'm gonna be carrying my own toilet paper, so it's not gonna matter. We will be 90 years old, and I will not admit this because you did it. And
no, I didn't.
And all I did.
I did not do it, and you immediately jumped all over me and accused me.
But the part that was so ridiculous is now that you're being so petty about it. Like, I could have let it go right after that if you'd have done it once.
I didn't even do it
No,
once.
but if you did it the first time and then you did it one other time to send a message like, ha ha ha. No, but when you're continually doing this
I
is
will.
like next level ridiculous.
I will. Because you know what you should have done? That night when I said, Beth, it wasn't me. It had to have been the kids or something. You should have said, I'm sorry for jumping all over you. I don't know it was you.
Do you know what this
and
is
you
just
should have
like?
moved on.
Okay, one time when we lived, I don't even think it was at this house. We lived at a house and somebody had turned around. This is before people had cameras and stuff. Somebody had turned around and like backed in the grass or something.
Someone like you.
No, you said
It was you.
and it was not
It was
me.
you.
And then you were like, oh, what is it? The yard fairies? You were like, but you insisted that it was me. I could have gone and just turned around in the grass every day and been petty, but I didn't because it wasn't me. So that's what, but like, I wasn't petty about it. It irritated me that you said it and accused me of something that wasn't true.
Beth, I looked at the tire tracks and they matched a Pontiac
You
Sunfire of your car.
You did.
I did.
Like, no.
Yes.
That is not at all what happened. And
Yes, they were Michelin GR15s, the same kind that went on a 1997 Pontiac Sunfire.
do you want to know why that didn't happen? Because that car got hit and got totaled.
Yeah, while we
and
lived in
so-
that old house, but you still
Yeah,
had it at that house.
No.
Yes, you
I
did.
did not.
Yes, you
No,
did. Yes.
no, we did not.
Yes, I got photographic evidence.
Okay. Well, it did not. That is not a car that got backed into the grass. So anyway, nobody wants to hear this. Why are we even? What
Listen.
time is it? Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous.
Listen,
This
I got
has
one
been
more
the
story
worst
to tell you.
podcast.
This
Sorry,
has been
Ruby.
a
I
pretty good one.
apologize, listeners.
This has been a
No,
pretty good
this
one.
has been awful.
I got one more thing I want to get your opinion on about Panera this week.
Yeah.
This past week. So I look. I'm into hot tea now, right? I'm
Yes.
trying to not drink as much coffee. I'm
You
trying.
drink the one that tastes like grass. The one
What?
that Panera. The
I'm
one
sorry, I wish this was on video. Beth was looking at me and she kept reaching for this bottle, and it was like there was nothing there, but she kept reaching like
Because I was
it was
looking at
all
you
of a
with my
sudden
voice.
going to show up. Like I was like, what are you doing?
It's like what was
You were like massaging the air.
okay. Well, anyway.
Anyway, so anyway, now that at our Panera, they have a spot for hot water,
Yes.
but the hot water's never there.
yes.
So I asked the
Because
girl
it's
one
one of
day.
those things like you have the dark roast, the light roast, the hazelnut, and then the hot water container.
And so I asked the girl, I was like, why don't you ever have the hot water out here? And she said, not enough people drink it. So she said that what happens is they fill it up, they put it out there. By the time somebody comes and uses it, the hot water is not as hot as it should be, and then they complain. So now if you want a cup of hot water, you just, when you order it, you say, I want a cup of hot water. So, which was fine. So when the girl was going to go filling up my hot water for my tea, I turned around and looked, and there was no honey. And usually they keep a little thing of honey by there. And I looked over, there was no honey. So when she came back, I said, could I get some honey to put out here too? And she's like, oh, there's some out there. And I turned around and looked. I was like, nah. I was like, I don't see any. And she looked, she said, I just put out a full one. And she was like, where is it? I'm like, I don't know where it is. She's like, I'm sorry. And then she went and got another one and came back and gave it to me. And I made my tea. Well, when I walked over to the coffee station to get a stir stick, behind the coffee station was a man and woman. And they were sitting there eating their bagels, drinking their coffee and hot tea. And what was sitting on their
The
table?
honey.
The honey.
They'd taken it to their table.
Who does
You
that?
can't do that.
There's only
Yeah,
one.
Right.
And you're going to
Yeah,
take
you
it
can't
to
do
the
that.
table?
Yeah.
So you know what I did?
What?
I swear I did this. I turned around and I said, hey, I found the honey. It's over here on this table.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's embarrassing. I wouldn't have done that.
I did.
Okay.
They needed to be ratted out. Who does that?
No, I do agree. You can't do that. But maybe they didn't know. Like maybe they were from another like culture and they didn't know our.
No, it was an old man and woman that I see in there 5 days a week.
Okay, well, I was trying.
They
to
just thought they were better than everybody else.
So they get the whole honey container.
I've seen veterans. I'll say that. I don't want to say old. I've seen veteran Panera people in there that I've watched pull out of their bag or out of their coat their own honey. and use their own honey.
Yeah.
If you want your own honey to sit at your table, bring it from home. But don't be taking the one honey that the entire store needs.
It's like if you took the cinnamon that goes like at Starbucks or Panera, that you would sprinkle on.
It's so stupid. I was like, who do these people think these people?
Yeah.
Like, so you agree with me that they should have been chastised?
Well, or if you had to take it and just squirt it into your cup, you should have taken it right back.
Yeah. And it wasn't even like they were literally, it's that table really we sit at where we play games with Doug.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about.
It's right really there.
Close. Yeah.
You couldn't have just reached over and put it back.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
I don't understand that.
All right, well, good. At least we can end the podcast on the same page.
Well, do you want to talk about how beautiful
these old people should be banned from Panera forever?
No, I didn't say
they
that.
should have their license taken away.
Oh, dear. Okay, because they did the
And they should be put in a home.
Because of the honey.
Yes.
Okay.
If they can't share, if they've gotten to the point where they can't share with society anymore, we can't share with them. We can't share our roads with them. We can't share our stores with them. We can't share anything with them. So just go on to a home.
Oh, my goodness.
Now go ahead. What about your plants?
How beautiful my blooms are on my Christmas cactuses. They're gorgeous.
I don't know. They're falling over the table.
And I would like everybody to know that we got decorations for Christmas up well before Thanksgiving.
And what did I do for you today?
You decorated outside, and I really appreciate it because it looks so nice. And we have 2 trees this year.
I know. I talked about that on the podcast, I think, that we got 2 trees.
Yeah, so it's pretty amazing. So that part feels really nice. I like that.
Well, I've done everything I can to make you happy.
Yes.
And yet you
Except
still
for the toilet paper
yell at me about toilet paper.
No, but that was deserved.
I have a new plan now.
Oh.
You've given me a new idea tonight.
Oh, I'm sure I have. And this is one now that you're going to be really passive aggressive about.
No, this will be aggressive.
Aggressive.
Yeah, there's no passive about what I'm about to do to you.
Okay, good to know. The world will look forward to it, to knowing.
The other debate Beth and I have about toilet paper is which way does it go on? I say it goes over. Beth, what do you say?
I don't care. I just
who says that? That's a sociopath.
No, you just put it on.
It does matter.
I don't pay any attention. Sometimes it's over. Sometimes it's under.
I would respect you more if you said under, even though that was wrong.
Well, no, it's not. Like
over is right. Under is not right. But if you said under and you had conviction about it,
those big things in the public bathrooms, there's not an over or under because they're on the wall like sideways. There's no over or under. It just comes out.
No, they should be over. Whoever puts them on is either doing it under or they're like you. They're just like walking in the walls. They just are like, I don't know what I'm doing.
It doesn't matter. You just put it on.
Society was built on the foundation that toilet paper goes over.
Okay. It does not matter.
Last toilet paper question.
Yes.
Do you fold or wad?
Wad.
Oh, God. God. Man, who are you? God.
What?
I can't. I don't even know who you are anymore.
I just cannot believe that.
I am an over, I'm a folder, and I'm a replacer.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, you've got 2 out of 3.
No. And by replacer, I mean you.
Okay. You're going to get a new
replace
model
you.
that puts the toilet paper on right all the time.
That's it.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Well, Advent starts Sunday.
Advent does start. Buy Beth's book if you haven't already.
Yeah.
She's already into the hundreds. You're
it when
into
you say that,
triple digits. And they said 90% of self-published authors never sell 100 books. 90%. And you're already over that amount, Beth.
Yeah, it was nice hearing some of the people like from all these different parts of my life that have bought it. So that's been really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
You've had people stop you in restaurants and ask you to autograph their copy.
Yes.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
That's big.
Yeah.
Nobody's asked me.
You've got to deliver a copy too, remember?
I know. I just thought about that today.
Yeah, you have to do that, so don't forget.
Yeah, I'm going over to my shop tomorrow, so I'll
but I have to sign it before you
gotta
take
sign
it.
it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is Small Business Saturday.
So
because today was Black Friday.
So everybody needs to come do the small business thing and buy comic books from you and other things.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Comic books and other things.
Yeah, the lady who runs the place was like, I was asking her, I was like, are y'all going to be open Black Friday? She was like, yeah, we'll be open. And she said, and Saturday is Small Business Saturday. And she said, a lot of vendors will come and sit at their shops and talk to people. Like she was insinuating I should
That
do
you
that.
should do that?
And I'm like, no.
All day? Because how long is that place open?
10 to 5. It's like, no, I have it here so I don't have to be here.
You should do that. I really think you should. You should.
I mean,
you can
I
talk
did-
to them about how they put the toilet paper on.
I did put mine in your books at the shop this week. So I guess I could do a book signing.
Oh, you could.
Mm-hmm.
Now that would be cool.
Yeah.
Put that up. That'd be pretty awesome.
I say you get a free copy of my book for every $20 purchased.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's a good deal, Beth, and
Yes.
I'll autograph it.
Yes, you should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're full of good ideas today, except for things about toilet paper and conspiracy theories.
Nah.
Oh, can we talk that you just drinking that made me think of the last thing that I cannot stand.
We'll talk about that. That's for a future podcast. I have 2 more ideas. One of them is going to be pet peeves for your spouse, and we're going to do that one
I thought
sometime.
this toilet paper was what we covered, but
I was just curious.
But I do have a lot of pet peeves.
I've got a lot of problems. We're going to do this on Festivus.
Yes.
Because as you know,
We
it's the
have
airing of grievances.
Yes, and we
so
have
we're
a
going to
lot
have
of problems with you people.
That's right. So we're going to have a Festivus episode where Beth and I are going to share our pet peeves about each other.
Yeah, that should be
I
fun.
can't wait. And then we're going to have a test of strength.
A test of strength. Are we going to have the video up for that? The test of strength?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or feats of strength. Yeah, test of strength, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, this has been Mike.
And Beth.
And this has been another episode of the Hey, Are You Still There podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Go buy Beth's book on Amazon. You can also buy mine if you'd like to. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us. Give us reviews. Give us ratings, good ratings on any of the podcast sites. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you later.